Hi, this is Tanya from Love Buddha Tarot, back with the weekly forecast for Gemini for the week beginning the 29th of May 2017. How are you doing, Gemini? Are you good? I'm going to get straight on with these readings because I have so much to do, so I'm not going to have any of my normal waffle that I normally do. So what I do is I initially pull a few cards just to get a feel of it, and then I carry on pulling the cards, so I don't know where this is going yet, okay? But what I'm seeing is this week for you, I really feel you need to slow down with stuff, okay? Don't make any rash decisions this week, Gemini. There's no need, okay? You might feel a little bit pressured, but please, there's no need. What I do feel is I feel around relationships there is a little bit of an issue. Now, I don't feel that this is bad, but I feel that there could be a little bit worry around this. Now, what I'm seeing is I don't know if this is you holding back or somebody else holding back, but I feel this is holding yourself back, or the other person involved is, or I feel that you aren't able to say, or feel that you can't say exactly what it is that you need to, okay? Now, what I want to say to you is this is what is needed, okay? You need to, when within any sort of relationship, you need to be secure enough to voice your wants and needs, okay? If you're feeling a little bit shitty, feeling a little bit wobbly, you need to be able to say this. And this is what I'm talking about with this relationship. So sorry about this. I've got the after effects of that cold. So when you are in a secure relationship, you are able to voice your fears, you know, you are able to voice your opinions as well. And I feel the beginning of this week, this is what is needed. There's a clearing needed. There's a conversation needed, you know. If this is even just to put your mind at rest, this is what it's needed for. Because I feel that there could have been an element that is connected to the past that is sort of, it's there, and it's like a shadow, and it's sort of, you know, it's like a big elephant in the room. And unless this is addressed, this could actually cause problems within your relationship, okay? Now, if this is just a new relationship, go in and be yourself, you know. Why? Don't pretend that you're somebody else, or don't not say what you want to say, thinking, oh, that person might think bad of me or whatever. If this is something that is going to be solid, and this is something that is going to be long lasting, then be yourself from the very beginning. This is how a lot of relationships break down, is people put this mask on and they have this persona and they pretend they're somebody else. And then when the real them comes out, there's all this, oh, well, that wasn't what you said in the beginning. So this is what is called for here, a new way of looking at things as well. Now, I feel that a lot of this holding back or whatever has to do with being hurt in the past, but hey, every single one of us has been hurt in the past, you know. What happens with that is we then gain strength and we gain knowledge to not actually put ourselves in the line of fire for that hurt again, because, you know, we look for the signs, we see the signs. And this is what I'm saying, you know, be very clear and concise in what you're saying. You know, this other person might not have been the one that hurt you, but if somebody else has, what you can say is, sorry, that was a little trigger, it really took me back to then, I'm a little bit scared. There is nothing wrong with admitting that you are scared. There's nothing wrong with showing vulnerability. Showing vulnerability is actually a strength, and I feel this is what you need to do, especially around relationships here. This week, Gemini. Now, there could be an earth sign connected to you as well, and this earth sign has plans for the future. This earth sign is looking ahead. This could be scaring you a little bit, okay? Or you might not think that you're involved in their plans or something like that. Like I said in the beginning, slow down. You know, the future is not here yet. The future doesn't exist. So even if somebody is making plans, it doesn't mean that they are going to carry them out, okay? So like I say, I do feel there's a bit insecurity around you this week, Gemini, okay? So what I want to do is just, I want to say to you, just take a break, rest, you know, look at how empowered you actually are, and look at how empowered you will feel once you start voicing your opinions as well, because with any relationship we need to make a decision that we are going to commit to that, and we are going to commit to that fully, and that means being ourselves and telling our truth at all times. It might not be what the other person wants to hear, but we've got to do that in order to make sure that there is solid footing for this relationship. And this is what I see. I mean, they're coming in there with me. There are so many people that will share a bed with somebody and share their body with somebody, yet they're scared to share their thoughts. You know, how bizarre is that? And this, what they're saying is, by sharing your thoughts with this person who is sharing a lot more with you, you know, this is when you can actually start to feel secure and stop this insecurity, which I feel is around you at the moment. Now, as we're getting towards Saturday as well, I feel some of you might just want to take yourself away. You might want to just go and live in a cave or somewhere, because there's this yearning. There's a yearning coming around you, Gemini. And like I say, this is, you know, I don't know what it is you're wanting, but by expressing yourself, this is when you will be able to get your wants and needs fulfilled, and this is when you will be able to bring in harmony and bring in balance as well. Because at the minute, I think you're just beating yourself up, and you're projecting all of these crazy scenarios that haven't even happened yet because you're going through them in your head. You are actually feeling the physical feelings that you would be if they were happening, and they're not. You know, like I say, this isn't a bad reading, but this is just highlighting you that, you know, you need to be yourself. And if something is going round and round in your head, often when you just release it and voice it, you can either realize how silly it sounds, or it can get sorted out. Okay, so it's like I say, there's a lot of talking needed this week, Gemini, because I feel that you're feeling pretty stuck. This is it. You know, and I feel that you feel like, you know, which way do you go? You know, you're feeling pretty stuck. Is that person who you think it is? Things might have happened out of the blue. So I do feel expect the unexpected this week as well, you know, but this is like, see things how they really are, Gemini. This is what I'm getting. It's pointless storing stuff up. When you store stuff up within you, what will happen is eventually it will explode, and it will come out probably totally irrational, rather than sitting and having a rational explanation here. And it's saying you kind of bury your head in the sand forever. You know, there is something needs to be addressed, Gemini, and you need to do it this week, okay? You know you do. You know, this is what it's saying to me. You know in your gut that something needs to be addressed. You're just scared to do it. Do not let fear get in the way, because fear could, if you don't voice this, fear could get in the way of your future, and you don't want that, you know. So like I say, this is be brave this week, Gemini. You know, you can do it. I've got every faith in you, especially when I'm looking at this reading, and I feel that towards the end of the week, you will actually feel a lot happier because you have done this, okay? So it might be, it's like you're making a mountain out of a molehill. That's what I'm saying. Your projections are making things worse than what they actually are. And yes, this is, again, they're telling me that this is connected to the past, but it's let the past go. That is not where you're living now. You're living in the present, you know, and you will eventually be living in the future. But at the moment, the future doesn't exist neither, you know, so it's about living in the present, but it's also about being present as well, okay? So this is when you will get your happiness. There is a start of a new cycle coming for you. I know you've had struggles in the past, Gemini. You know, it hasn't been easy for you, but this is saying, you know, you can now, as long as you stand in your power and as long as you be authentically you can actually stop these hurts from the past coming into your present or your future here, you know. If you hold off and if you have these barriers up, then how are you expected to have somebody else be truthful and honest and open to you if you are not being truthful to them and you have barriers in between you? You know, you've got to look at it from the other side, and this is where it's not going to work, you know. think, what would love do, you know, and love would open itself up to it. You know, you are caring, you are nurturing, this is what you want. So please don't self-sabotage it, you know. You need to bring in balance, and there's truth needed here as well. Because like I say, if you're thinking all this, or am I safe, or whatever, then this can project on the other person as well. And relationships are not about control. You're not wanting to control the other person. It's about equal give and take, okay? And this is what needs to be done. So I really feel there's a rethink around your relationships, and I really think there's a retake, they're saying to me there. I don't know why retake, but I really feel that there's a rethink around your ideas around them, but about where you want to go as well. So towards the end of the week, I see you becoming a lot more open. I see you getting ready to take this. This has just been a little blip, okay? Like I say, there's no need to rush things. You don't have to run off and get married or whatever, or blah, 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 you know. Just take things slow, okay? Take things slow, be honest, and, you know, this is where things will happen. Now, some of you might actually be going on a trip as well, over water. This could be with this partner, and this could be why this is scary, you know. I feel that this could actually strengthen it. So what I'm saying is, around relationships this week, if there are any problems, I don't think there are any problems around it, to be honest. I think the problems are all in your head around it, and you're overthinking, okay? So stop the thinking. Let your heart heal you as well. I feel some of you, like I say, that you could be on the verge of self-sabotage here, and you could be actually losing something because of this way that you're being. Now, some of you could be drinking a little bit too much as well, you know, or indulging in other things. That's fine, as long as you remember that this can affect your thought pattern, okay? So what you think when you drink, that's what I'm saying, what you think when you drink is not always the truth, okay? So, like I say, just be careful. Don't be sending any crazy texts when you're drunk or anything like that. I once seen somebody'd actually put their mobile phone in an ice bag and put it in the freezer before they were going out, so that they didn't text their ex when they came back, you know. And that's a great way to do it. But please, like I say, you know, no drunk dialing, no drunk text, anything like that. Wait until you're sober, you know, to actually to do that, because I think if you do that, that could actually hinder you, okay? But this is about you actually sort of waking up, opening your eyes, seeing what's real there, you know. And I do feel, like I say, there is something good. There may be 3 people involved in this as well. So again, be careful what you're doing, but be truthful all the time. And this is when you will feel better. At the minute, it's like you are finding problems to actually dump on your own shoulders, you know, and this is making your life a little bit harder work than what it should be, okay? Your life should be balanced. You should be freer. And this is about, I really feel there's a fear here that your hopes and dreams won't come to fruition, okay? What I want to say to you is, if it's meant for you, it won't pass you by. So stop the unnecessary worrying, okay? Worrying is doing you no good. Talking is where you will get your answers and where you will feel more secure. Okay, so I hope that makes sense for you, Gemini. I'm going to pull a spirit card to see what we've got as well. There's good things coming, Gemini. Don't put stones on the road where there's none. This is what I feel is needed, because I feel you're working yourself up over nothing, really. Okay, if you know what, if you want to see if you can trust somebody, the best way you can see that is to trust them, and they will show you eventually. Okay, but at least if you trust them, you're being true to yourself and you're not cutting yourself off. Okay, so right, your spirit card for today is, right, okay, lovely. Beautiful card there, Flame of Love. Look at how vulnerable she is, you know, she's allowing herself to be vulnerable. And this says, allow the infinite power of love within you to radiate unconditionally, yet stand tall in your sense of self and in your own truth. The healing power of love will help you burn through all illusion, and you will discover new possibilities. This is a powerful time of transformation, ideas, and creativity. So that fits in very, very well with what I've just said. You know, that is what is needed this week from you. It's, like I say, it's open your heart, okay? Open your mind and take any barriers that are there down. You know, you will thank me for this, Gemini. You will. Okay, so I hope that made sense. If anybody would like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my Facebook or via my website. The links are in the description below. There's a little bit of a wait on email readings, but the rest, you know, I do keep appointments free every day, so that, you know, if you need an emergency one, you can get them as well, you know, so I can always accommodate. Okay, so thank you for watching this video. Please let me know if it resonates with you as well, and like I say, if it does, share it with your friends. It's all about spreading the love, not keeping the love away, Gemini. Okay, have a fantastic week, and I will see you again in June. Sat Nam.